The ship DTS spent the last week doing outreach in Port Moresby, working alongside the YWAM medical ship. They had the opportunity to serve in the health clinics and work alongside nationals, as well as run education and discipleship programs in many schools across the city. The team had some amazing experiences, and here are just a few stories from some of them.
As a DTS for that week, we stayed off the ship. We stayed at Foursquare Church again, which was a lovely thing to be able to go back there and work on relationships and friendships with the guys there again. That was really, really cool. And the outreach was also a lot of fun because some of us had the opportunity to work with other DTS teams that came in from around the world. So we had a DTS team come in and join us from Canberra, from Lausanne, Switzerland, and from Kona, Hawaii, which was a lot of fun. It was awesome to be able to interact with guys from other DTSs and hear some of those stories too.
Just how much the people value family, and just being a part of this DTS super family has really been a huge sparkle for me, and just like seeing the love that PNG people have for their families, that they would be willing to die for their families. It's just amazing, and it's been a sparkle.
Last week I was at Port Moresby outreach, and I was working with optometry, and I was working with the reading and short vision check, and it was very challenging in a way I hadn't expected, because a lot of people have very good vision, but they thought that because they couldn't read in the dark, they needed glasses. And I had to explain to them over and over again that glasses wouldn't help you read in the darkness, you needed good lighting. That was the problem. And it ended up being very frustrating because of the language barrier, and I had to explain through that. It was hard communicating. And the people ended up being frustrated as well because they wanted glasses because they were so convinced that it would help them. And having to just explain this over and over again ended up frustrating me a lot. But then this man came that was called Van. He was this cute PNG guy, very sweet, old, and he needed glasses. He thought he needed glasses as well because he couldn't read in the dark, but we checked his vision and he had fine eyes. And then I explained this simple fact to him, and his reaction was so different from the other people. He got so excited and he was just so psyched. And he was like, everybody has to know this. This is so good that you're here, that you can teach us this, because I thought that my problem was glasses. And he was just explaining to me how good it was that I was there to tell him this, because he had been using somebody else's glasses and they'd just given him headaches. And I just saw how this actually, what had been frustrating me to explain this over and over again was just me blessing them. I could bless them through this, and it was just a huge revelation, and it just got me to be more pleased and just helping out in whatever way I can. And it was just a great way to give a blessing back to the people that have blessed me so much.
Hi everyone! So this week we had the opportunity to partner up with YWAM's medical ship for outreach number 4 in Port Moresby. My team was working on primary healthcare, so we were with Foursquare Living Light clinics. I was in Killa the whole week. On Monday we got to go to a small village about an hour away. So we pack up the whole clinic in a trailer, drive off, set up the clinic and do clinic for the whole day. During the day, some of the nurses were debating about a wound to know if it was a case of yaws. Yaws, if you don't know, is a highly infectious wound that was pretty much eradicated in PNG and is now on the rise again. It ended up not being a case of yaws, but then that sparkled just an interest of knowing what exactly yaws was, because I was going to be screening and basically prescribing medications for the patients for the rest of the week, so I kind of wanted to know what I was dealing with. And then the next day I ended up stumbling upon a wound that was actually yaws, and having it double checked with the nurse. She was like, yep, that's yaws, good job. And I was like, well, only because you guys taught me what it was. So it was really nice to be able to partner with them and learn from them and then teach them as well some of the things with testing of hemoglobin and malaria tests. And then also that week, one of the nurses was trying to fill out a tally sheets, and she had a pair of glasses that were all taped up and she could barely see through them, and she was like, man, I really wish I could have a new pair of glasses. And it just happened that our optometry team was there, and she was able to get seen and get a new pair of glasses, and she was like, wow, like, this is actually really great, like, I can do my job probably without them. And yeah, you would think, you know, it's something that is readily available in Port Moresby, but no, even for nurses it's hard to get a good pair of glasses, so she was really happy and it's good. Yeah.
And then we spent some time in the first grade church, and it was really cool to see how easily it is to connect with the teenager and the kids. And yeah, it really touched my heart how they could be encouraged for small things. Like I met the boy and I gave him a letter, an encouraging letter on the end, and he started to cry. And it was really cool to see because he sleeps at the church and he has no parents. He lives with his grandparents, but they don't really look about him or for him. And yeah, like how much it meant for him having a friend.
This week I've been part of the education team, the health education team here in Port Moresby. We've been privileged enough to go to the first YWAM gathering of P&G of its kind ever. It was an amazing privilege and we were so excited to be there. We got to be part of educating 2,000, I think it was 2,000 of P&G's brightest stars here in Port Moresby as well. It was just crazy good just to be a part of educating them a bit about bullying and alcohol awareness. And being from Scotland, I am very much aware of alcohol awareness. It was really great to just kind of pass on the knowledge that I've got and to be, yeah, it's been great. I've loved it.
With only 4 weeks left in Papua New Guinea, the teams are eager to get back out into the communities after another week of lectures on board the ship. The Highlands team travel to the Western Highlands tomorrow, and the Central Province team are heading out to the Western Province with the ship this week.